Okay. Welcome to another episode of the Grappling with Life podcast. I'm your host, Muhammad Yahyawi, and today I'm joined for the second time by Yusuf Ali-Taleb. Welcome, Yusuf.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Don't pretend that you weren't just cracking up just
like
2 minutes before we shot.
Trying to keep it professional.
Yeah. So thanks for coming back, bro. How you been?
No, alhamdulillah, I've been good, man. It's been what, about a year?
Yeah,
and a half now since?
about March,
since
April sometime.
Yeah, so
episode. I think you were one of the first 10.
within the first 10, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, bro. What episode was he on? I think 9 or 8.
I think it was 9.
But be prepared, guys. Come on,
bro.
be prepared. They're not prepared, bro. I have to make the tea. I got to do the research. I got to set up the cameras. I got to do the lighting.
The one man.
I don't even know why these guys are here, bro.
Push the button.
What button?
Push the button, that's what they need.
Yeah, they just did, but don't even push the button. We had to remind him to push the button, bro. Anyway, no, I'm joking.
I've been alright, man.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, so you're like you'll always be the top 10, innit? In the top 10. That's a very unique and special
It's a
alumni.
privileged spot.
It's a privileged spot. That's it. Thank you very much for teaching me English. I appreciate that, bro. But I want to ask you, how was your nap, bro? You look like you just had
Yeah, did I look? I just woke up.
Yeah. That's how you know, guys, that he's Algerian. That's how you know.
These Sunday naps are the best, though.
We nap, bro. Like if there was a nap world championships,
Win, 100%.
top up there, bro. So what time did you go sleep roughly?
Today...
As in nap time.
Nap.
Yeah,
It
nap.
was a bit later than usual. It was about 4:30.
And then what time did you get up?
It was meant to be 5:30.
And what time did you get up though?
6:15.
That's not bad. Do you have the? So I've got this alarm clock here.
Yeah.
It's called Sleep Timer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got this down to an art, bro. Yeah. So let me bring it out, bro. So look, can you see? So if I was to go to sleep now and I just want to nap, I have to get up at 8:50.
Okay.
And then if I want to have one cycle,
Yeah.
I have to wake up 10.
All right, changes automatically.
Yeah, it changes
it's relating to the sleep cycles.
Exactly, bro.
Okay.
So it actually works, man.
Because the sleep cycles are an hour and a half, right?
So the 25-minute chunks, I think.
Okay.
So the first 25 minutes. If you wake up later, you're gonna wake up murked.
Yeah.
So if you slept for 30 minutes to 25, you're gonna wake up like broken sleep.
Okay.
And if you wake up earlier, you're gonna get broken sleep as well. So
you can't sleep without your special blanket though. So
see, this guy's just talking rubbish. I don't have this. Oh, I do actually. No, I do. It's not a blanket. It's my kid's duvet.
it's got cars on it, bro.
Yeah, it's got cars on it. So you know why I like to sleep with my kids' duvets, bro?
Go on.
Because it just reminds me of innocence, bro.
Fair.
You know the smell and everything, yeah? It just puts me to sleep, bro. Not the teenagers. The teenagers, I would never use their duvets, bro. It's the little ones. You know the ones before they start sweating?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, those ones.
What else? Start terrorizing your dreams.
Yeah. So, alhamdulillah, yeah, so sleep is important, bro. Which reminds me, every time I see you, bro, you're tired, bro. Why is that, man? What's going on in your life, man?
Grafting, bro.
What? Go on, talk to me. What have you been up to since we last saw you, bro?
So...
You were kind of teasing something on the first podcast. You've been a bit like...
So before was...
Kind of annoying, to be honest with you, bro.
Wow,
you weren't
sorry,
really telling us, bro.
I was giving you answers without giving you answers.
Yeah, one of those ones.
Yeah,
so now everything's gone past now. You can share with us what happened.
Back then, the plan was, during that podcast, around that time, was trying to get an MMA fight. So I was trying to transition over. But it was like, nothing was really set. Whereas now, year and a half later, alhamdulillah, it's... MMA is my focus.
Okay.
So
all right. So
I still train in Muay Thai. I still do kickboxing. Just need to continue to work on the stand-up, and I do a lot of coaching with that and whatever else. But my main focus in terms of competition right now is going to be mixed martial arts, MMA.
So, like, how was the transition?
It's difficult. It's difficult because... So that didn't really... I always dabbled in grappling beforehand, as I mentioned in the last podcast, but it was never really taken seriously. It was always done as a hobby. So now, obviously, when you go into some sort of fight, you need to be prepared, right? Yeah. So it's becoming that student again and starting afresh and understanding that you're going to have more days initially as they know than you are going to be the hammer.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a while to get to that point where, you're pretty good at things. So now it's doing a lot of grappling. So... Obviously, the difference between wrestling and jiu-jitsu, understanding that and making sure that I can not just get taken down, but also defend myself whilst on the floor, get back to the feet, and do it stay where I want to be, which is mainly in the feet, really.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a surprise anyway. I suspect anyone who does fight me is gonna want to kick me to the ground, which is understandable.
That's what I would do, bro.
Yeah.
Take you down and
100%.
just take you to the deep ocean, bro.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Just drag me down and keep me there.
I'd have to get into the ring first. Though. I'll probably tear something before I even just jump into the octagon. They're like, "Hey, Reboy, I'm done, yeah." You wouldn't even have to go into camp, bro. But yeah, so at that time you're kind of training. You kind of told us off air.
So then didn't have a fight. Since then, I've had 2 MMA fights.
Oh, you have 2?
I've had 2. Alhamdulillah. So I've had 2.
Did I miss the other one, bro?
I don't know. You keep up.
Did you win the second one?
No, I won the first
I
one.
won the first one, the second one. Okay, we'll talk about that specifically.
That's fine. So I won the first one, lost the second one. So 1-1 at the moment. And we'll see. I'm trying to get one before the end of the year if possible.
Okay. And which promotion you fighting?
Both of them were on the Cage Warriors Academy.
Okay. Yeah. What's the difference between that and Cage Warriors?
The difference being the amateur, one's the amateur circuit, one's the pro circuit.
Okay, right.
The actual Cage Warriors is the pro circuit. The Academy is mostly amateur, where you sort of.
What's the difference?
The main difference between the 2 rule sets is 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds as opposed to 5-minute rounds.
Okay.
Being one. The second being no knees to the head.
At all?
At all, which is unfortunate.
So, can you knee to the head? Oh, you can. In
pro,
MMA, yeah.
In MMA, pro you can.
But just not on knee, not if
when the grounded opponent.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you're in one championship.
Which is
a
awesome.
bit of madness.
Yeah. And soccer. Have they taken soccer kicks out?
I think they've taken soccer kicks out.
Oh, okay.
But you could do knees to the head. And no elbows. Those are the 3 main differences.
In amateur?
In amateur, as opposed to pro.
And the gloves as well, innit?
The gloves, sorry, yes. The gloves are a little bit big, where it doesn't make much difference.
Okay,
I'll be honest. You know, I've seen both of them, tried both of them, not much difference.
Right. The other ones look a bit fun because they got that little bit of...
yeah, so there's a little bit more padding along the front.
Doesn't it get in the way from the grappling side of things?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, but it doesn't feel like much. And again, I'm coming from a background where you compete in 10 ounces.
Yeah.
You train in 12 to 16 ounces. And now you're fighting in 6 ounces, 8 ounces. Then when you turn over pro, it's 4 ounces. So it's a big difference there.
Yeah.
So with that, in terms of my striking, that's also had to change. You need to adapt to the new situation. A lot of the sort of K1 kickboxing stance, or in terms of the guard, you're always going for like a double block. So you're getting your hands up. You're getting your hands up, covering up. You can't do that in MMA. You don't really see that. Yeah, you don't really see that very often, unless you look watching PT Young. And PT Young has a really nice style with
he fights.
He fights. His elbow was hands high. But a lot of people don't tend to do that for reasons of getting taken down, and the gaps are just being quite big and whatever else. So
because actually Bedouin Breakdown coming out this Wednesday, Khalid breaks that down because you got Pereira fighting Adesanya, which is
correct. Yeah.
So he was talking about Pereira. He normally fights with his hands up, but in MMA, he's had to change that.
Yeah.
Due to kind of the grappling side of it.
Well, that's the thing. You need to account for the grappling. You need your arms involved with the wrestling and whatever else.
And if you're too high, it's hard to stuff the takedown.
And that's also relating to the stance as well. Like usually a lot more upright because you're not worried about anyone taking your legs out. You need to be upright so you can lift up your legs to block kicks and. Whereas in MMA, people are a lot more grounded to be, defensive for the wrestling if they need to be, or even if they're going to be shooting for takedowns, you need to be a little bit lower compared to being upright. So there's a few things that sort of changed.
And how have you worked on that?
So trying to be a student and get into places with the best people, basically. Legions is a great place. I don't pass by there often enough.
But you're doing MMA, so it's kind of MMA, like you need to
rather than solely wrestling yourself. So for the most part, I go to I'm training at GB Top Team, which is a sort of established MMA team. They've got experienced people there who's been in the game, sort of been there, done that. You've got the likes of, the main coach is there, Brad Pickett, Ashley Grimshaw. So you got, and I know he's got a link with Legion as well.
Yeah, Ashley used to come wrestle.
Yeah, because he always told me, Ian Leighton, go down to Legions. So you've got good coaches there, good number of good
sparring partners
and training partners and whatever else. So I go there, and then when I'm sort of closer to home, I try to figure out where to do my wrestling Legions and whatever else,
and then you got your coach as well.
That's
so how much? So at Bloodline, how much does your main coach get involved in your MMA stuff?
So
is it something that he's outsourced for you? Or is he?
Well, that's the thing. He's been quite good in that. He's like, listen, you want to do MMA, you need to find somewhere else to be working on your MMA.
But I mean, about management and all that stuff.
Yeah, so thankfully, I mean, at the moment, in regards to, because I'm still amateur as well, I haven't really sort of figured all those things out just yet. But for the most part, we haven't needed to cross that bridge yet. But he was my manager and head coach beforehand. He's like, this is a new game, you know, so we need to sort of figure things out from there. But he watched a bit of MMA as well, and he's like, well, this is what I see, but you need to get a perspective of someone who's experienced. I think it's about understanding where you are, what skill sets you bring to the table, and also what others can bring to the table. And I think it takes a good coach, an experienced coach, to understand your own limitation. I think that's with any field, really, you know, because to think that you know everything about everything is just wrong. Like, no one knows everything about everything, you know.
But it's also getting the right matchups as well, isn't it?
Well, that's the other thing.
Yeah. So getting matched up with people that are maybe strikers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, of course.
And trying to get, what's the word? Get your experience in.
Get the experience and build momentum, because that's what it is. It's really,
and that's the bad thing about it. I think good thing that you're with Cage Roy, I'm guessing they got a good amateur circuit. Yeah. Whereas before you get just chucked with these veterans, ex-UFC veterans.
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, do you know what it was before? The reason why, especially after that first podcast, I was going and trying to get matched on a number of different shows. But I'd get matched, and then a week later or 2 weeks later, people pull out. For whatever reason they want to give you.
I hear that a lot, bruv, man. A lot. I've known guys that have 5, 6, 7 times they've pulled out of fights. Not them, but their opponent. Yeah. And it's like, especially you go through camp, and then you kind of spent money on it as well, of course, and it's frustrating. Yeah.
But the thing is, because of the branding and the name and the marketing of Cage Warriors and the academy, a lot of people want to fight on there. So I think you tend to have less pullouts as well. So you get a lot more serious people trying to be fighting on that card, as opposed to some of the other shows. And that's no knock on the other shows. It's not down to the show. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, if someone wants to turn down the fight,
sometimes
the fight,
you know it is, bro. Like, if it's not worth it, like for example, you're putting your body on the line, you're not doing it for the money. That's
no,
for
of course.
Sure.
Yeah,
you got to do it for something, though.
Yeah.
So if that show doesn't have any good links with the UFC, Bellator, One, whatever it is, and no one's really watching it, that makes sense. Yeah. Like the scouts or whatever. I don't know how MMA does it, but I'm sure people watch tape, and matchmakers get push people all the time. Yeah. So if that show is not being watched by anyone,
then you do need to ask yourself what you're doing it for.
Yeah, what's the point, bro?
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm getting this guy who's doing kickboxing, or I forget, who's seasoned, he's had 50 kickboxing fights or whatever it is, and I'm just starting.
But that's the thing, I can't even be mad at it, because I get where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You know, I can understand why someone would say yes, and then they do a quick search or whatever else, and think, okay, maybe not.
Exactly,
you know? Especially when you're trying to get experience, right?
And how many kickboxing fights have you
had? In terms of fights overall, it was...
Like Muay Thai
32.
Yeah, so I'm saying to you, like someone who's done MMA for about 2 years, their first fight, maybe that doesn't come from that background.
It's true. And do you know what it is, with my first fight, sorry to cut you off,
go on.
It was funny, because I was speaking to the promoter of the Cage Warriors Academy, and it was like, he said, I'm going to get you a matchup. A week later, I'm going to get you a matchup. And I kept asking him, he said, because it was getting closer and closer to the fight, he said, well, listen, I've got this other guy. No one wants to fight him. No one wants to fight you. Just fight each other. BJJ Black Belt.
Okay.
BJJ Black Belt, he's like, and the striker was like, okay, so this is going to be interesting. He said, we're going to throw it back to the 90s. You know, when the UFC started.
So this guy, no striking at all? Well, no, I'm sure he does.
No, he does striking, don't get me wrong. He was striking for about 3 years or 4 years. Lovely guy. You know, I spoke to him after, nice guy. You know, it was really, really good. We sort of chat occasionally as well. But his experience and his whole thing was BJJ. Right. You know, really well sort of known within the community, and then obviously I come from a striking background. So again, I've done some grappling, but it's not really my thing, you know. Yeah. So it was an interesting clash of styles.
Would you say similar age to you?
I'd say so. Maybe just a touch older. A touch older. But yeah, very similar in that sense. I was taller. But he's trying to take me to the ground, drag me to the ocean.
Yeah. So talk us through the camp for that one, because obviously your first MMA fight. Yeah.
So it was
like, what exactly were you doing, man?
A lot of our sessions were grappling in terms of like wrestling.
Were you at GB Top Team at the time?
No, at the time. So I was doing. So I was training primarily at Titan, which is in
Tottenham. Right? No, not
It was near the old IKEA in Edmonton.
Edmonton. Yeah,
They
Edmonton,
moved
yeah.
over a little bit further to Waltham Abbey.
Right. That's
and
that Greek brother, isn't it? What's
Mickey
his name?
Pappas.
Mickey Pappas. Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
great coach. Nothing. Not there anymore. That's mainly because they had a load of heavyweights, and they need people who are similar size to me to be training regularly.
And what were you fighting at? 170?
55. 155. So that's
How the
70
hell
kilos.
you fighting at 155, bro? No wonder this guy. Every time I see him, he's tired, bro. But you're 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
How you fighting at 155? Seriously, man. You should be ashamed of yourself, bro. No, I'm serious. No wonder you look mash up, bro. Because I saw you
Yeah.
maybe a week after your fight.
Yeah.
Actually, no, stuff for like a week before you fight. I was like, bruv, you look dead.
A week before the fight, yeah. It was,
Bruv,
it was a
you
big
were
thing.
like, I was like, are you all right, bruv?
Yeah. But it takes time
That's
to
the
get down to
time.
that point.
Yeah. So, okay, so how much are you cutting before?
It depends
Like,
on
so that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
forget cutting.
Okay.
Let's put cutting to this because everyone cuts, right?
Yeah. So everyone cuts weight. And
I'm talking about what are you walking around at?
walking around in the 80s.
80 kilos. So that's
Yeah,
like
so
185, 190, something like that.
Yeah.
Pounds.
So between 80, let's say 83,
And
85 kilos, let's say. But give and take.
Okay. Well, that's
And it also depends on what's going on in life and whatever else,
yeah. I'm saying you're healthy. You're not like
Yeah, I'd say comfortably, let's say 82. 82
all right,
kilos,
82. What's
83
that
kilos.
in
So that's-
pounds? Let me do my Google thing. One
that'll
second.
be
82 kilos in pounds.
so 180.
Oh, she's gone quiet. Oh, 180. Yeah.
182.
180. Yeah. 180.
Yeah.
182.
So 182.
Okay, so you're kind of and 155. That's
155.
about 20 something kilos
Mhm.
that you get.
So-
27 pounds.
Yeah. So it's not easy, but it
So
also
how much
takes
of that
time.
is dieting, and how much is that you lose at the end of like in fight week, basically? So when you come up to fight week, how much you
I'm
weigh?
usually at about 70 on a good day. 76.
So that's like
77.
7 days out,
7 days up. 76, 77. So you cut about 6.
and that
7
you're
kilos.
fighting at how many kilos?
70.
So you're losing 6 kilos in 1
Yeah,
week.
about that. Yeah.
Whoa, man.
So it's
And by that time, you're almost shredded, bruv.
yeah.
A week out, you're literally it's just water weight.
Start of the week, yeah, 100%
Yeah.
should. But
Yeah.
the thing is, with the water weight, it's not just before it used to be old school, just jump in a sauna
Yeah.
and just sweat it all out.
Yeah.
Thank Alhamdulillah, we've managed to sort of develop and progress in science where some of it comes from your diet, some of it comes from with manipulating salts and
Yeah, sodium,
various other stuff
yeah.
as well. So
And
then you can lose a
urinating
couple
it
of
out.
kilos. Exactly, you can lose
Yeah.
a couple of kilos like that, and then you jump in.
But it gets the closer you get to the fight, the harder it gets.
yes.
And then
Yes,
you
yes,
start to kind of
Then it's just like
start
it's-
seeing gins and whatnot. Bro.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't been to that point.
So
Not regularly anyway.
so obviously the standard thing. If you're watching this show, you should know how people cut weight.
Yeah.
You drink lots of water, build up the thing, and
Yeah.
then you just you stop drinking on a Wednesday, right? Or
So
Maybe
if you're
Thursday
fighting
or-
Saturday, you weigh
Yeah.
in Friday, you stop drinking for the most part on like a Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
So Thursday morning, you
Thursday
cut it
morning
out,
first,
but
yeah.
you're still passing urine.
Yeah, because you've had a good period of water loading.
Yeah.
So that's like a
So you
week or
water
2
load
weeks.
from like the Monday before that, right?
Heavily from that Monday,
So
the fight week.
Fight week.
Fight week.
Oh, okay.
But prior to that, you're sort of prepping the body.
So you
you're
kind of
doing
slowly-
Yeah, you're drinking a good 4 liters or whatever per day anyway.
Bruv, how much how do you even sleep, bro, at night? How many
You
times are
need
you
to-
waking up at night going?
Well,
to
you
the
just need to
toilet?
drink it early enough. If you drink it early enough, then you're not
Yeah.
really waking up to go to it. But that's a legit problem, especially when you're sort of
Fight week.
working and
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh
else.
yeah.
If you're still working,
Going every 2 minutes to the toilet,
Yeah,
bro.
you
Because I
can't be
tried that whole. You know those guys that walk around with these big jerry cans.
yeah,
I tried that once. I was like, let me drink more water.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get any work done, bro.
yeah, that's the thing. It takes a while for the body to adjust.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but
then what
also-
happens after that? So you water load Monday, the Monday of fight week.
Yeah.
So by Thursday you stop drinking.
Mhm.
Then you've got that
And
whole.
you're still continuing to go to
Bro,
the toilet.
your urine must look like brown by that time.
No.
So it's still white, like as in
Yeah,
see through.
Yeah. Yeah, because you still have
Oh,
quite
you still got
hydrated.
the water. Yeah. Okay. So when
The
does
next
it
day,
start
not so
to kind of
much.
get concentrated on?
Usually it depends when you start the cutting process,
Right.
like the actual sauna or whatever else. Some people like to do it the day before
Yeah.
and then go to sleep and then wake up on weight. Some people like to do a little bit in the evening, a little bit in the morning. Some people like to do all in the morning. Personally, I like to do a bit of both. I like to do some at night, go to sleep.
So
and then-
sauna at night.
Yeah.
Sweat it out.
Yeah. And
You
then-
can't drink, bruv.
Yeah.
Bro, that for me.
But it's not the best sleep though, I'll be honest. It's not the best sleep.
So your mouth must feel like gel, like you know
I
that
guess
that
what- yeah,
your
like
mouth-
sandpapers in your mouth.
yeah, sandpaper, yeah.
Yeah. It does at times, especially towards like the next day.
The next day, yeah.
But then if you do it well enough, then it's not too bad.
So how do you even time that, bro? Like, how do you even know, like, okay, I'm gonna be at 155 or 70
kilos, yeah.
70 kilos, yeah?
70 kilos.
How do you even know, like, I have to cut this much? In the sense of, how do you know your body's actually gonna lose that? Because you're not actually losing fat, right? You're losing
It's just
water.
water.
So how do you know that on
So-
that Friday when you weigh in, you're
Yeah.
gonna be 70 kilos? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So a lot of people now, if you're working with nutritionists and whatever
Yeah.
else, they can sort of do calculations based on your sweat rate. So if you can, let's say you can start a Western session, right? You
Yeah.
jump on a scale and you work out for an hour, right? You
Yeah.
jump on a scale again at the end. You know you've just sweated, a kilo and a half
Right.
in wrestling.
Yeah.
You can also do this prior in relation to going to the sauna. So let's say 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, or whatever it is, you jump in a sauna and then you weigh yourself before and after. Okay, if I spend 20 minutes in here, I'm going to lose X amount. Now, if you do that a couple of times before your actual fight week, then you already know ahead what you're roughly going to be losing per
Sauna session.
per sauna
Yeah.
session or
Or
bath.
bath,
whatever.
yeah.
Now, obviously, the more you do,
But there's a safety element here, right?
of course, this isn't something that. Okay, so it's interesting because sometimes you wouldn't recommend things for people to do, right? You want to do things as safely as possible, but also there is an element of
risk.
and an element of things that aren't necessarily the best and healthiest. But then it's just natural practice, or normal practice, should I say?
Yeah.
Now, in an ideal world, I think we'd take
wouldn't do
weight
any of
cutting.
that,
You
yeah.
would take away weight cutting completely. But then, in some ways, the way the sport is designed, you are now at a disadvantage if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Because there are times in my Muay Thai career, or even kickboxing career, when I didn't do cut any weight at all. I'd, weigh in the same weight I'd walk in. For the most part, it's not too bad initially, but then when you get more and more experienced,
The higher you go in,
the higher you get, the more these small things make a difference.
it's like 1% can change a fight,
100%.
bro.
And then you just look at people and you're like, all right, cool. So you're a lot bigger than I am. You're fully rehydrated. And for the most part, it's not always that the bigger person wins. But then I remember being in a fight quite a few years ago, and this guy I was looking up at the guy. I was like, okay, well, guess we're the same weight now. On the way in there, you're like, oh, he's not too bad. The next day, they just fill out. And you're like, okay, so this is going to be a problem. They're hitting you, kicking you, punching you.
Yeah.
And you're trying to walk through and you're like, okay, well, you think about it and you're like, okay, this is a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So then you're trying to get as much
But then you add grappling on top of that, and that's when it starts to kind of...
Yeah, but what I've noticed with the grappling, though, in terms of like with MMA, it's the body types is slightly different compared to Muay Thai, for example. So here's Muay Thai, here's one body type. Usually tall, long, streaky. You want to be as long as possible.
Long legs, long arms.
Yeah, because kicks go really heavily, especially to the body. So if you can keep people away, then great. Especially if they come on the inside, you start throwing your elbows.
Yeah.
K1 people usually a bit smaller, a bit stockier, even at the same weight, for example, because they usually rely on a lot more power, knockouts, blow the boxing, etc.
Yeah.
So then usually pack on a bit more muscle because it makes a big difference in the sport.
Yeah.
MMA, you seem to get a whole bag of
range,
characters,
yeah.
whole
Because everyone's got their
range of body
own
types. That's
style
the
in it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So it doesn't seem to be, you need, like I said in Muay Thai, you need to be one of the tall ones. You need to be tall. You need to be, in K1, you need to be quite strong and wide. In MMA, it depends on your style, And the same way everyone has their own skill set, everyone has their own body type, which means they can need to take advantage of it. There's no point in, a smaller, stocky guy trying to play the long game, in relation to keeping the distance and whatever else.
Yeah.
There's more time that they're going to have to work on the inside, and obviously if they're a little bit shorter, then they get closer to the legs, so maybe wrestling could be quite useful for them. So you just need to weigh them up, in terms of pros and cons.
So going back to your weight cutting, because we're going to get to your thing. So you got that whole... So is there like a number of times you kind of have to go to the sauna?
Yeah.
Like before it gets dangerous, like, does that make sense?
Yeah, so you always want to have someone with you when you're there,
Yeah.
because then they're sort of looking out for you and making sure you're still doing all right, and you're thinking.
Do you get like doctors checking you over after? Like, do you ever go for like a medical after you've cut weight, gone through the fight? Because I know there's a
No,
lot of
so you
pressure
get-
on the kidneys and a lot of pressure on the liver
not
as well.
necessarily. You get your standard medical check on the fight day, but nothing that I would tend to.
As in, do you do it? Do you go like book yourself in for like a?
No. What I do is
Yeah.
I look in the mirror and I go,
Yeah,
hello,
you're alright.
I'd like to. You're doing alright. No. It's frankly the other side of me, being the physio.
Right,
I'm a little bit
right.
knowledgeable. Do you know it's interesting because you have the fight side and you have the physio side, right?
Yeah.
And often they have conflicting thoughts and interests.
Right.
Like, with the weight count, for example, the physio side's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? This is not good for you. And then the fighter's like, well, just be quiet. Come on. This is necessary. This is what everyone needs to do and whatever else. But no, alhamdulillah, after that, thankfully, I've got a little bit of knowledge in relation to sort of overall and general health. And thankfully, I've got a few colleagues as well who are doctors as well. So if I have any issues, I just usually shoot them a message.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because obviously,
thankfully, I've
like
never
trying to
needed to do
diagnose
it.
yourself, that's
No,
like
of course,
a
it's always tough.
highway to hell right there,
Yeah,
bro.
of course.
Yeah, because
Especially, But no, it's but no. Thankfully, I've got some good friends who are doctors and whatever else. If I ever need anything, I usually quickly shoot them a message. But thankfully, after everything's been all right.
alhamdulillah. So let's go to your first fight.
Okay.
So who did you fight? What was his name?
Rafael Colonese, or Colonese, I think it is.
Is he
So he's
Italian?
I don't think so. I think he's
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think he's
English or something?
no.
Brazilian?
Some sort of South American maybe.
Oh, okay, right.
potentially.
Doesn't matter,
Spanish
yeah.
or Brazilian
Okay.
or one or the other. I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah, fine,
But,
fine.
but he's somewhere around those parts of the world.
So Michael Corleone. Oh, sorry, that was the guy from Godfather, not Michael Corleone.
No.
Sorry, it was
Rafael or Hafa.
Hafa.
Yeah.
Okay, so and he's black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
UK based.
UK based. Yeah.
Okay,
So
right.
actually now he's in Costa Blanca. I think it is.
Excuse me.
Costa Blanca? Is that a place? I think it
Maybe
is.
I don't know. I thought he said Casablanca.
Not Casablanca.
Okay,
No.
Costa
Blanca. I think
Okay.
it's somewhere in Spain.
Spain. I'm guessing. Yeah.
So he's relocated there.
Oh, okay. Right.
He was part of Fight Zone initially.
Okay.
But then he also trained at GB top team.
Right.
This was before I went over.
Oh, okay. Because they
Um,
all got sticky after.
Yeah,
that,
exactly. This was before I went over there. And yeah, he came out. And he started striking. I was like, okay.
What?
I was like, so
You
in my
gave him
head-
that advice,
Yeah.
bro.
No. Well, do you know what was good in that? I'll tell you our conversation.
Did he
after.
throw you off or something?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
bro,
So
it was like we
okay,
were going
there was
there,
method to his
And
madness.
I was
kind
like, all right, cool. This guy's gonna take me down. This guy's gonna take me down. This guy's gonna take me down. Before you know, I get a 1-2 down the middle. I'm like, oh, he can punch. He knows what he's doing. So he's clearly trained some
Yeah,
striking
yeah.
before, but obviously that was his thing. So then distracted me with that, ended up taking me down.
right.
You know, I managed to scramble to my feet the first time. We got into some sort of clinch, and then he jumped and pulled guard, but with myself standing still.
Right.
I think he had.
Had
I
an
think he
arm or
tried going
something.
for a guillotine, if I remember correctly.
Right.
I managed to sort of get out of that. He was still standing on there. Went for a little Muay Thai trip from that position, and then we broke away. Then another 10, 15 seconds passed or whatever else. He shot for a takedown again, took me down, and kept me down that time. And
That round.
no, not for. Well, he kept me down for maybe a minute 20 or whatever it was, because it was quite a fast-paced fight, and he was really aggressive with the sub attempts. I think if I remember correctly, he went for an arm triangle, an arm bar at some point, and I was just kept moving, and he threw some punches as well. I was just moving. I was trying to scramble to my feet. Managed to. He dominated in that he got to the mount in the end. Started throwing some punches. Ended up backdoor escaping, and then getting back to my feet. And after that point, I was like, okay, well, this isn't going to plan right now, obviously. 'Cause
What was your plan?
plan was keep on the feet. Plan was just to strike with him, see how he goes.
But you didn't though,
I know.
because you got 1-2 and then.
Bro, I got the 1-2. Because the plan was him not to strike.
Yeah.
So
Was it just like? Did you have, not nerves, but was it like, oh, I'm in a cage, oh, I'm doing MMA,
do you know what it was?
1-2?
No, it was what. So we obviously you spar in smaller gloves,
Yeah.
but it was the first time fighting in smaller gloves. Now I think there's for anyone that does
Fighting smaller guys, did you
it's
say?
smaller gloves. So that's
Gloves, okay, right.
For anyone that does any sort of combat sport and will put the gloves on at any point, there's a difference between sparring and actually fighting, obviously.
Right,
The
yeah,
intentions. Like if you grapple with your teammates versus going to competition, there's a different intensity. So anyway, you got the smaller gloves on, and the gaps are there. So I was like, okay, Right. So then, anyway, I got back up to my feet, started striking with him, and then just before the round, I think I ended up buzzing him with something. I can't remember what it was. But at the end of the round, bell went, so I was like, all right, cool. So I know that I can strike with him if I need to, and I know that I need to keep it on the feet because obviously he's very aggressive on the floor.
Yeah.
And his second round comes out, and then, sort of put my foot on the pedal a bit more, put the pressure on, started striking a bit more. He went for a couple of takedown attempts, and in the second round, he went for maybe a single leg, I think it was, but at the same time, I threw a kick. Now, the kick connected as he was level changing.
Right.
So
They give you a warning or something?
No, it was absolutely fine because you can kick to the head, you just can't knee to the head. Well, not intentionally anyway. So I was throwing a kick round to the side and sort of connected as he level changed, which sort of threw him off and sort of took away his confidence, I think, from the takedowns. And then after that point, it was just a continuous sort of momentum in my favour. I think he tried a couple of other attempts as well, managed to defend those ones. And then loads of kicks were coming. I was throwing loads of kicks at him, for example. And then after that, ended up throwing an uppercut. I was setting up, obviously, but I threw an uppercut, dropped him. He was on the floor, called me over, as in sort of egging me to come
my guard.
Come into the guard. I was like, so I kicked his legs.
That's the most jiu-jitsu thing I've ever heard in my life, bro.
I was like, and in my head, I was about to go. I was like, no, don't be stupid. Be smart.
You done an Oliveira.
Exactly. Right. I was like, all right. So anyway, I asked him to get back onto his feet. He tried to stand up, and then he fell over basically. So he was still wobbled. I didn't realize how hurt he was by the punch.
Okay, right,
so he stood up. He sort of stumbled and fell over, and then the ref called it off basically. Before I sort of jumped in because I was about to go. So I think it was a good stoppage in the end.
What did he think?
Yeah, he was. Listen, I spoke to him after. He said, "Listen, it was
some more, bro?
no, I'm alright for now." So, actually, yeah, go for it.
What's that?
I got the video.
I don't know if we can show it though. That's the problem, man.
I'm sure you can show like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, bro.
But you know, Cage Warrior is UFC, yeah.
Yeah.
It's UFC, isn't it? Well,
No, it's not.
It's not. But it's a feeder.
No. The academy isn't. You can
The
do it.
academy is.
Yeah,
Are
the
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
The
If
academy-
anything, we'll
Yeah.
cut it out. But
Yeah.
or just pause it. So yeah, bring it up, Zach. Easy, bruv. Nipples out and everything, bro. Let's go.
This is the bit where he eggs you on, yeah?
Man went Mike Tyson, black shorts, no sponsors.
No, I just got the alley on there. That's all.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. There's the uppercut. Come on. Oh.
Yeah, he's gone, bro. He's gone. No, he's finished.
Yeah. So
Pause it.
Yeah, he's gone, bro.
That's the most animated I've ever seen you in your life, bro. She's like a completely different person, blood.
a lot of people said that. I
don't think he's gonna react like that when he has his first kid.
He's got 2 personalities, bro.
Right, I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah, that's not him, bro.
I don't know who that guy is.
No, in his mind, that's not him.
Yeah, that's not him, bro.
Definitely
That's not
not.
him. 100%. Keep it there, bro. Let's see the walking.
Let's see the walk.
You know what's funny? You actually upset me here, bro. You put the Algerian flag upside down, blood. When you in the thing, go to the end. Because he went bring the flag and then you kind of gave up midway.
No, I got it there.
Did you? Go
Yeah,
to the end.
there.
I'm pretty sure it's upside down, fam. Oh no, they cut it out. They cut it- Oh, they got. Alright, bruv, they got the holes in there, bro. Oh, for God's sake, man.
Let's just see the walkout, innit? But you're fighting that accountant, bro. What's going on?
Nah, that's what you think, bro. He'll bang you up, bro. Bang both of us up.
100%.
If we're both in that ring, he'll bang both of us up, bro. They're the ones you gotta watch out for, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, he was good. He was strong. It was quick.
There's no walkout, blood.
No, I think they cut it
Did
out.
they cut it out?
Um,
They cut it out.
It wasn't.
Yeah, he came out first.
But you know the thing there, bare noise. That's why I would never go to an MMA fight. If I go, actually, I will go to MMA. If I ever go to one, I'm gonna wear those. You know those with the, when they bring their kids into the ring and they put those mufflers on. Yeah.
Most can't see no one.
Yeah, look, he's literally taking his time. Look, there he is.
Jeez.
There you go. What's going on here? Touch gloves.
Oh, you went straight in, innit?
Oh, that's the
That's the
straight,
jab. I was like,
yeah,
okay. He can strike.
Bruv, Cage Warriors, if you're listening to this, do not demonetize us, bro. Please. Allow it. Okay. Nice. Wizard.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to take you down, bro.
Yeah. So I managed to get to the feet here.
Oh, there we go. There's the... Oh, he had your arm wrapped.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, you look a bit taller than him. A little bit
I was a little bit taller than him. Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I
thought you're not allowed to throw knees.
No, you can,
To the
just not
head,
knees
bro.
to the head.
Oh, right.
So we broke away here.
Where's the alley, bro? They took out the alley.
No, it's on there. It's just on the left side of the short, I think. So it's hard to see from here.
No, it
they
just
got-
says Yusuf Taleb, bro.
Oh, you know, yeah, they butchered my name. They butchered my name.
Must have been nervous, bro. Oof.
So that takedown there, he hit me with a shot. I can't remember what shot it was. And I was like, saw double quickly.
Oh, is it?
And then before I know it, he was on my legs. I was like, oh, this isn't going well.
So what are you trying to do here? Oh, he's got
Just
knee
slow
on
him down.
belly.
He's got knee on belly.
mount.
I was just trying to slow him down to not get to mount, which obviously didn't happen.
And he's a black belt, yeah?
Yeah.
How are they munching right there in front of you, bro? That'll get on my nerves, bro. Hey, move that kebab.
So that, then I was like trying to control the
Oh,
limbs
he's
a little
trying
bit.
to get the armbar.
Yeah. So I made him like, okay, just get off the mount. So I managed to get back to half guard. And then at this point, I was like, oh, he's going for the arm triangle, isn't he?
Oh, you're trying to do the Islam Makayev. See, the thing is now, he's all sweaty as well, bro. How much does that play into...
Not that much in the first round, to be honest.
Okay, right.
Not that much. So this was obviously not going to plan.
Yeah.
I thought to sort of keep him close and manage
His
the
ground
range
and
a bit
pound
more.
was a bit, you know...
But it teaches you,
Jitsu.
Yeah,
teaches
yeah.
you what you need to learn about the ground game, though, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got nice. Was your confidence shut down a little bit? by
No,
this
I
time?
was able to. The fact that I got back to my feet, I was quite happy with that.
Chuffed.
Yeah,
Mm.
and the fact that as we was going through it, I realised we was going for these subs, and I was noticing and defending them.
That was a nice uppercut there, bro. Because everyone cares about my technical breakdown.
Listen, you grew up,
But
in,
have you
Hackney.
said-
You grew up
did
in
you-
Hackney, you know?
but
You've seen enough, I forgot.
Yeah, I've seen an uppercut, but no, literally, I'm like, hey, Mohammed, shut up. No one cares about what you think about MMA, bro.
No.
Oof, that kick to the face, though.
No, your breakdown's even worse than mine, bro.
Is it? Look.
Oof, that kick to the
Wait,
face.
Let me finish, bro.
So
Go
right here,
bro, blue
and
shorts,
that's some
mad.
Blue shorts.
Oh, so that was
is
the one
that-
that
is
connected.
that-
and
Oh,
level
there we
changed.
go.
Okay. Let's go back, bro.
Bro, you're going to get us demonetized 100%, bro. But who cares? But UFC, bro, you show a toenail, that's it, game over, blood. They're taking you off. They're taking you off, blood.
Oi.
There we go.
He's a bit dazed.
So now just faking that kick a bit more, sort of getting more concerned about it.
You know what it is, bro? The more I see this, the more I'm like, nah, I like getting kicked in the head. That's long. Just kicked full stop, bro.
You don't want to get kicked?
Nah, man, that's long.
Come on,
I'm
you
guessing
cry.
Yusuf doesn't like getting kicked either, bro.
No, I'd rather not, but it's not so bad. You know, I think as far as you just accept you probably will get hit. at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
You definitely reduce the chances as much as possible.
He's slowing down, though.
And also you got your gas tank as well, bro. On top of that,
That's something to consider.
your
as well.
breathing to control because of your anxiety and all that.
Yeah, but that's also going to play a factor in relating to what we were speaking about before with the weight cutting.
Okay.
If you have a bad cut, your energy systems is just not there anymore.
Yeah, he's getting lit.
Obviously, that left kick was working well since the that level change, so I thought let me stick to it.
Ooh!
And obviously, the uppercuts you noticed before as
Yeah,
well, man, but obviously, you
I
know,
saw
your
that.
technical analysis.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? You know this. You know
You
this.
saw what was there.
Oh, wobbly boots.
Just call me Mo Rogan, bro.
Alright, that's mad.
So, but you know, it was. I spoke to him after, like I said, one of the nicest guys about, you know. And that's always nice because you come across some idiots in the sport, you know. More so
than nice guys.
You know, more so in, I think, do you know what's
in MMA?
I was about to say, they're more so in MMA. I'm not trying to, you know, knock the MMA community or whatever else. But
you know what it is, bro?
Yeah, go on.
Because, again, with my technical expertise, no, I'm joking. But my personal opinion is, when you come from a traditional martial arts background, there's an emphasis on character, on...
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because it comes from a martial arts background.
Yeah.
Now, guys that go into MMA, like for example, like he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's come from a martial arts background, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to say the guy. Then there's guys that I want to do MMA. Does that make sense? That's kind of, they go to the club. They're surrounded by guys like that.
Yeah.
But they haven't gone through that tarbiyah, that kind of, which traditional martial arts will give you, innit?
That builds the character and the respect.
Exactly, bro. And not to say all MMA gyms are like this, bro. Don't get me wrong.
No, definitely not.
But
you know, not all MMA fighters are like that
exactly, as well. Exactly. And the higher up you go, the less idiots there are.
Of course.
Because they get...
Because then they're in there for a reason.
They get filtered out quick.
Yeah. And they also understand that they understand the graft you're putting in, right?
Yeah.
And they understand that anyone can win or lose on any given day.
Yeah.
You know, and they understand that people are doing it for various reasons.
Just look at Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards, bro. Leon Edwards has been in the game for a long time, bro.
Yep. No, it's true.
Got his title shot. Was getting beat.
He was losing.
He was losing, bro. And it was the last round, wasn't it?
Last round, 5th round with a minute to go, 50 seconds to go.
So one head kick changed his life, bro. Now he's like meeting the Birmingham mayor of Birmingham or whatever, and all that.
Happy for him though.
Yeah, mashallah, he deserves it, bro, man.
Like it's a long graft.
Yeah, long graft, man. Like,
but you're right. It's like that small thing can change.
And Kamaru as well, bro. Like,
but he's been managing it and dealing with it really well.
Bro, his interview with Joe Rogan was very refreshing, bro.
Yeah. That's true.
Like, what did he say? Honest. He said, look, like he was actually had quite a good sense of humor about it, bro.
No, he did. He said he gave him a 20-minute pounder.
Yeah, that's it, bro. But I was just thinking as well, like going back to getting kicked in the head and all that stuff. Yeah, like what he was saying was like, bro, it was just getting kicked in the head and then only remembering. Basically, he didn't remember anything up to that point. Yeah. So after that point, sorry. So he didn't remember walking. He didn't remember talking to Joe. Yeah. Was it Joe who's chatting to you? Or whoever interviewed him?
But he didn't remember that. He didn't remember walking out with his family. He didn't remember anything. He said he's watched it on video.
Wow.
And then the first thing he remembered was waking up in the hospital. And who did he say was next to him? He said Luke Rockwell was next to him.
Is it?
He said Luke Rockwell was next to him. So
because he fought on the same night, innit?
He said Luke Rockwell was next to me, so I knew it wasn't a good thing.
Why?
He said he's in hospital. Luke Rockwell was like unnecessary.
Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever been concussed that badly, like after a fight?
No.
Never.
No.
You've never been rocked.
No, I've been dropped in a fight. Yeah. But still remember the mistake I made and whatever else. But no.
What about afterwards?
No. Remember everything.
What about in sparring?
In sparring, no. For the most part, it's you manage to. You train well and you train with good people. You'd like to think people aren't going to try and knock you out. Been concussed in sparring.
Yeah. You have been concussed.
Have been concussed, but not to a point where there was one time. To be honest, where was taken out. You know, in that.
Right.
No, not Superman. Not Superman. No.
Or wrestling the referee, bro.
No, it wasn't like that. Just got dropped, got back up. It was a flash knockdown, but in a sense,
did he knock you out though?
No, it was more of got dropped, got back up to my feet, but just didn't remember the shot or anything else. Right. But that's
a blessing though as well.
Yeah, but that was one time in training for the last 17 years. Yeah. Going in 18 years. Yeah. You know.
From what I speak to some people, I know Khalid was telling, says, bro, how does it feel like to get like properly rocked, bro? He goes that you don't feel. He said you feel that the floor hits you. You don't feel that you've dropped. Does that make sense? You feel that the floor is coming up.
I think, do you know?
You don't feel like does that make sense?
Yeah, the floor doesn't feel stable. Feels
no,
wobbly.
As in getting flush, knocked out.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he said that...
what he said?
You feel... I think he told me or someone else. I can't remember. But I remember getting knocked out once. But it wasn't with a punch, bro. Something stupid, bro. I've ran into a pole, innit?
I knew you was gonna say that. So knew you. Gonna run straight into.
No, because I was running from something. This was in primary school.
Okay.
So I ran, bruv. You know those Victorian primary schools? You know the Victorian buildings.
No.
Come on, Habib. That's basically every primary school, bro. What are you talking about? What primary school did you go to?
Same one as you, no?
Southwood. You went in Multida?
Yeah, one there.
The whole way through?
Yeah.
You stuck it out, bro.
Right, you stuck it out, fam.
You got a bird.
So I went 2 years in my local primary. So Victoria.
Okay.
So you know those drain pipes, those old school ones, the metal ones, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know the thick ones, bro. Yeah.
Okay,
We're playing tag or something. The guys tagged me. I was like, no, he's trying to. You know when you go on one of these ones.
Yeah.
He skimmed me. I had mad dodge, bruv. Call me Israel Adesanya, bruv. I was like,
you walked into a pole though.
and I ran straight into the pole. But before I knew it, like I was on the floor.
Okay.
So that me hitting the pole or me hitting the floor.
Yeah.
When he explained it to me, like it did feel like the floor came up.
Right,
I didn't feel myself
Yeah,
falling.
yeah.
And I looked in the mirror. I looked like Klingon, bruv. I had like a bruise like that, bruv. There was a shadow over my eyes. Well, the it was like Joanna.
Jan Jacek after fighting.
Not that bad, but it was a big one, mashallah, bro. But anyway, that's my MMA story.
So you don't like getting kicked?
I hate getting kicked. We used to spar, in Crow, we used to spar with headgear.
Okay.
I remember one time I kicked someone in the face, like with the front kick, like here.
Oh, that's not what you want to do, though, man.
It was bad, bro. The guy, he's, you know when you do that, and I heard this, and he just dropped, bro.
The street fighter thing.
I thought, I thought I killed the guy, bruv. And it wasn't even, it was weird the way I hit him. It was weird, bruv. Like, I was like 13, 14 years old, bruv, yeah. And then, bruv, when he got back, bruv, imagine the coach made me fight him again.
Really? Guy
Guy wanted to rip my head off, bruv. He was chasing me around the whole ring. I was like, look, I don't want any of this, bruv.
It's understandable. You gotta kick his nose off.
Yeah, bro. I had Vito Belfort in, bruv. Yeah, mashallah, bruv. But yeah, getting knocked out is not nice, bro. And obviously try not to get knocked out, bro.
No, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
please.
Listen, there's a risk with everything that you do, but you know.
And in sparring as well, like.
No, of course, and I think that's what it is. You need to have sensible sparring partners. You want to push each other, you want to, make each other ready as best as possible for your fights. But also, you've seen it in boxing for years. You've seen it in MMA. You've seen it in all of these other sort of sports. You don't need to be having these gym wars for no reason.
Is that what Deontay Wilder was saying, bro? Recently, you see his interview?
No, I didn't see it.
Bro, he was crying blood.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know,
I saw him post after his fight.
Because he fought his ex-sparring partner, innit?
In his last fight.
But bring it up, bro, Zach.
Because I saw him go to the back after he knocked out his last opponent.
Yeah.
Was that his sparring partner?
I think it was his ex-sparring partner.
Okay.
He was crying, bro.
Okay.
He was saying, you don't know what we go through. Like,
No, of
having
course.
to do that to somebody.
That you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked out Robert something.
Yeah. But he was crying afterwards in the press conference.
Okay.
He was saying, like, well, you could change someone's life with one punch, bro.
100%.
Like, look at Chris Eubank and Michael Watson. Yeah, look.
But it looks like he's laughing though.
Nah, bruv, he was proper emotional, bruv. Like,
What, did he kill him?
no, but he knocked him out clean, bruv.
That's the thing. You don't want to do that to someone you know.
Yeah, bruv. But even if someone you don't know, bruv.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, like,
of course.
what damage long term.
Long term you can do.
Who was it that, I think it was a rugby player, bro.
Oh yeah, look at this brother here, bro.
Oh, yes. He was talking about him. He was a young prospect. What's his name?
Colon or something like that.
Yeah, Pritchard Colon. He's in a vegetative state, bruv.
Not vegetative, but he could walk around and that.
Yeah, but he
his
can't.
brain is
He
not
was
there.
talking about him. Yeah, he's like, he can't even have kids anymore, bro. He can't have kids. He can't. You know, like.
That's the thing. It's
Pritchard Colon.
Yeah,
one punch can change your life.
that's it, bro. That's it. Which reminded me, bro. It's a bit of a mad one. Like I joined TikTok recently. Yeah, are you on TikTok, bro?
No, I'm not.
I'm getting off it.
Yeah?
Today, bro. We've got a TikTok account. If you guys want to follow us on TikTok, we don't check you or anything, yeah. But you guys can go watch the videos on there. Yeah, I'm not going on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know kind of videos, bro? ADHD videos. Why has everyone got ADHD, bro? I'm being serious. Every other video, yeah. If you have ADHD, put your hands in cold water. I'm like, what are you talking? Have cold showers, and then they're giving you tips about ADHD.
Your
and
algorithm's messed up, bro.
No, but I just joined. What algorithm? I just joined. Yeah. So no, there was going to the one punch thing.
Yeah.
This guy put up this. There was this guy who got basically arrested. Yeah. So what happened was they were say this is the thing. Don't go to nightclubs. Stay at home.
Chill.
Have naps.
Have naps.
Have naps.
Naps are good for you.
Don't go or go training, bruv. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go be somewhere where there's no idiots, bruv. Yeah. So this guy's gone. He's a civil engineer, bruv. He's gone to the club. His girlfriend's a bartender in the club. Again, that's another one.
Don't have jobs.
Don't have girlfriends. Don't have jobs. Don't go to the club. Yeah? Like 3 things you shouldn't be doing. Yeah? Anyway, his girlfriend got chirped by some next guy.
Yeah.
So obviously he's feeling a certain way. Now my friend, if your girl's working in the bar, like
you're gonna get chirped.
You're gonna get some.
It's gonna happen, bruv. Yeah? And that's on you. Do you get me? And also get married, innit? Go find a woman, settle down. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm gone in dad mode now. But anyway, yeah. So they've had so one guy's chirps in the bartender who turns out to be his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. They have verbal altercation inside. They've gone out, the guy's punched him, killed him, bruv. One punch, bruv.
He died.
He died. He landed.
Because of the contact on the floor.
Yeah, he landed awkward.
Yeah.
And he basically was in a coma, vegetative state.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, I landed that word, bruv. That word always gets me, yeah. And then, he passed away. So now it's an M charge.
Okay.
So they've brought him in,
Yeah.
and he's kind of explained his whole situation, blah blah blah. And the police officer, like, they tell you like real life what's going on. Like, so one police officer goes, he seems like a decent kid. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a shame. Or hopefully, like, anyway. So subhanAllah, look at this, bruv, yeah? He's gone out, he's punched someone, he's killed the guy. Now, even if you get off, yeah? He's served a 4-year sentence.
Yeah.
Now, your job's...
It's on your record,
it's gonna be on your... You've killed someone. Forget the record. You've actually killed someone, bro. Yes, this is the one. How'd you find it? You wizard. Is this the one?
Yeah, it's the one. Got punched once. Tribute who died following one punch fight outside Lancaster.
No, this is not... Is he Eastern European, this guy?
I don't know, it just says nightclub.
There's so many of these, bro.
But you know, it's funny you say that. But I had before, when I was working as a physio assistant in one of the hospitals, I worked in a brain injury unit.
Oof.
Right?
That must have been tough, bro.
Yeah, but you get all sorts from there.
Yeah.
You know, and also it's a good reality and reflection in life. You know, we are fragile. But anyway, so young kid, maybe 20 at the time. You know.
Okay.
This was quite a few years ago. Anyway, he was in this state. Now, usually, the average age.
How bad was he, bro?
He was good, but it was exactly the same situation you just spoke about. He was out with his friends.
Right.
They went and had a drink or whatever else. Got into a fight. Someone clocked him. Hit his head on the pavement. Now, he recovered relatively well. Now, don't get me wrong, he's not the same guy, you know?
So, bro,
relatively well.
Break it down. What was he like, bro? We want to see kind of...
So
was he shake? Was he like...
No, so he...
Could he like string a sentence together?
He could string a sentence together.
Mentally, was he cognitive?
Often quite forgot what he was saying. Or, he's just said it a couple of minutes ago.
Man. Was it... How soon did you see him after his injury?
Oh, this was going back a few years. I can't really remember. But
was it like a year after his injury? A couple of months?
Yeah. The good thing is, the things what he had on his side, the way he was quite young.
Right.
You know? So generally speaking, the younger you are, your body will adapt to it, you know? So, he was doing quite well in that sense.
So what kind of stuff were you teaching him?
Oh, I was when I was working as an assistant, was just going through his rehab. So trying to make
what
sure...
kind of stuff? What couldn't he do?
Basically, he couldn't walk properly. So he got to a point where he built some good strength,
where
he was able to sit by himself, was able to sit to stand basically a number of times. And then through the whole journey of his rehab, he was like, all right, so now you're walking with a walking stick at the age of 20.
Yeah.
So let's get you to a point where you can remove that. Now, obviously, he had a little bit of a limp and whatever else, but for the most part, you wanted to make sure that he can try to be as normal as possible.
Yeah.
Now, at the time, he had a part of his skull removed.
Whoa.
But that's quite normal though. Usually the reason why they do
Habibi,
that.
that's not normal, bro. What's this guy talking about, lad?
That wasn't. Let me clear it. It's quite normal within.
Like, how much of
within
his
that
skull was he
community.
removed?
Only because, so basically, when you have a traumatic brain injury,
Yeah.
your brain starts to swell.
Swell, yeah.
Right, so you need to relieve the pressure. Think of it as like a really, really hard shell, which is essentially your head.
Yeah.
Now, if it continues to swell, it's not going to be good for the brain. You're going to cause a lot more damage to it.
Yeah.
So what they do is they will take away part of your skull, and allow the brain to sort of the swelling to go down, whatever else. And then at a later stage, they'll reapply it. Now,
They'll keep the same piece of skull.
So here's a funny story.
Okay,
right?
go on.
The reason why I'm saying
But
this is
don't
what it's
say
like.
funny story straight after. Is it to do with this guy's head?
No, it's another patient.
Okay,
But
khalas.
it's to do with his head though.
With his head. Okay, go on.
I'll tell you this story. It weirded me out. So, again, same place. Had this person a bit older. He was a lot more far gone basically in terms of his cognitive skills and whatever else. He was able to communicate, but so depending on the part of the brain you injure, it's going to affect different parts. One, it could be affecting your speech, it could be affecting your intuition or your inhibition, should I say, and a number of things. So you've got various areas of the brain. Now, for this one, he would say whatever he wanted, didn't really have much of a filter. I know you get some people like that these days, but he legit
Like, he's literally going to...
yeah. And to be honest, he said things were quite funny. Anyway, he goes to me, because you can see half of his skull removed, basically.
Like, bad, like...
Yeah, it
indented.
dips in. It dips in. It's like a big dip,
Does that mean part of his brain was removed as well? Was it just the skull?
Well, no, it's just the skull, but it also depends on sometimes different cohort of patients, like cancer patients, whatever else, you need to remove certain parts. And they try not to do it because it massively affects the person and the personality and their function. But he goes to me, "Do you want to feel my skull?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Do you want to feel my skull?" I said, "Well, your skull is missing. Half of it's missing." He says, "Yeah, but do you want to feel my skull?" I said, "All right, go on, humor me."
Right, you're deep, lad.
So the guy, he got my hand and he placed it on his stomach. I said, "What?"
Right, he's gone,
and,
bro.
and I was like, "What is that?" I said, "That's my skull." And legit thing, they placed his skull within his stomach or within his body, so then it can continue.
Why are you smiling? I don't understand. Why are you smiling, bro?
Wait, go on.
So it can the bone itself can continue to be nourished. So then they can use that same piece of bone later down.
You know
the
this
line.
is going to be a clip, right?
Can be, yeah.
It is going to be a clip.
But it was weird. I had the same.
So, but
face.
did it feel hard?
Yeah. You know when you press the stomach and it feels quite soft.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pressing his stomach.
It's like tick, 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 like that.
And it was hard. It's like feeling someone's head. I was like, "No, that's weird." But yeah, but that reminded me.
Broski, that is...
He had a belly head.
And
But how you're saying it so casually as well was
it freaked you out a little
freaked me
bit.
out a
innit?
bit. Yeah.
There was a guy, actually, you know what? I'll tell you this, a very interesting story about another head injury thing, yeah?
For it.
So I had a student that came in, so 7 years prior,
Yeah.
I saw him, yeah? So this guy, he done a very bubbly guy, very nice guy, bruv. Respectful, optimistic, like weirdly so, bruv. Yeah? He was just going off to uni.
Mm-hmm.
So he just finished college and he was going off to uni. Then, so that summer, he did a program with me, like when I was teaching, yeah? Anyway, he left. I forgot about him, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this was like 2000 and, I would say 10.
Right.
Yeah, so about 2000, that summer, yeah? I didn't see him until probably 2018,
Okay.
2017 maybe, yeah? It was roughly the same time, like, same March. He's come in, bruv. Bruv, this guy, completely different mentality, bruv. Completely, like, he was bitter, just, you know those guys that just downers, bro? Like, the world's against me, like all this stuff, and I was like, what happened to you, man? What, like, it goes. So what happened that summer? Look, subhanallah, bro, how Allah changes the trajectory of someone's life, bro. Yeah. So, and again, we are responsible for our own decisions. Does that make sense? What happened was he was driving a very fast car down the motorway, and he goes, "It was my fault." He hit alhamdulillah, he didn't kill anyone. Yeah, it was just him by himself. He hit the central reservation. I can't remember exactly. He flew out the windscreen, bro, like head first. And he showed me he's got a scar going from one side of his head all the way down to the other. So he goes, ever since that day, I have not been the same person, bro. His whole outlook on life.
So they took his personality.
No, because what happens is what Yusuf was saying, certain parts of the brain have certain, like, Google this, bro, yeah? There was this famous case of a guy who had a rod go through his head.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I don't know if you read about it.
No, but there's usually used to lobotomies back in the day.
Yes, but this one was the first time they found this whole thing. So we did it in my PGC class. Don't ask me why, bro, but we covered it, but based on people's character and why they're certain.
1820.
Yes, that's the one. So bring up that story, bro. Yes, this is it. So he had a metal Phineas gauge. Yeah, that's it. Buff, can you enlarge it so I can read it out, bro? So scroll down. Let it know about scroll down all the way down. Okay, yeah, go up a little bit. So on the afternoon of September the 13th, 1848, near Cavendish, Vermont, Gage tamped down the powder without. So they were doing some. Basically, they were blowing up. They were making a hole through a mountain.
Okay.
Basically, like the railroads and stuff like that. And then a 13.25 pound, 6 kilo rod entered Gage's head just below his left cheekbone and exited from the top of his skull. So Gage survived the accident. Immediately afterwards, was conscious and able to speak.
With the rod in his head?
Yeah, bro. So 10 days later, however, he endured a brief period in which he was barely conscious. His doctors anticipated his death, but Gage quickly recovered, and within a matter of months, he regained physical strength and was able to return to work. He had sustained no speech impairments, blah, blah, blah. However, Gage's personality appears to have changed, for a time at least, causing his colleagues to state that he was no longer Gage, while having described as restless, disrespectful, unreliable, following the accident. And so literally his whole personality completely changed.
Yeah.
And there was another person as well like this who tried to commit suicide. He was a psychologist, some poet or something like that. Same thing happened to him. Like he had an accident and his whole personality changed, which goes to the whole thing about concussion, what's happening in the NFL now and in football as well, bruv. And which, to go back to what I was talking about, was the rugby player. This was heartbreaking, bro. So he's got early onset Alzheimer's, bro.
Okay.
From being concussed in rugby, innit? I'm not trying to scare you, bro. But that's why it's slip and roll, bro.
Slip and roll.
But he's got rid of all his medals. He goes, because I can't even. It actually causes more distress having them around, even pictures, because I can't even remember, bro.
Yeah.
Like imagine winning, whatever.
You don't remember it.
Yeah.
So
which is
messed up.
It's messed up, bruv. On that note, I don't know why I went off a lot, but it's just so fresh in the mind.
Yeah.
And obviously this is combat sports, isn't it?
Oh,
So
of course, there's always there's going to be
there's
that
a risk in it.
well.
Yeah.
Just need to do what we can to reduce that risk as much as possible.
Another one, Mark Coleman as well, man.
Yeah, he passed away, didn't he?
No, bruv.
Mark Coleman?
No.
Did he not?
Don't tell me he passed away, bro. He's
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But I was quite certain he did.
the UFC 1 veteran, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, didn't he have a heart attack?
he had a heart attack. Yeah. So him.
No, he's alive.
He's alive, bro. You've killed him off, bro.
Sorry.
Mark used to.
Who was it that?
Mark follows Legion, bro. By the way,
Oh yeah. Hey.
I don't think he he doesn't. He messaged us once.
Okay. Who was it then? There was another Kevin Randleman.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Randleman, I think is the guy.
Yeah.
He passed away with a heart attack.
He was a beast, bro.
Yeah.
He was a different level, bro. Yeah, Kevin Randleman passed away. Yeah, but they fought each other, I think. Mark Coleman and
they were from a similar area.
Similar era. Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's bring this podcast a little bit back up, dial it back up again, bro. Yeah, keep it light-hearted.
Yeah.
So second fight didn't go as planned.
Yeah. Second fight didn't go.
So essentially, what? You know what's funny, bro? Yeah, if it was another guy, he would have got up and punched me in the face, bro.
Second
But I
fight
don't mean
go-
it disrespectfully.
No, of course
I just
it didn't.
mean
Listen,
it like, oh,
it-
but
it's reality,
excuse me,
though.
sir, we're your fans, by the way, yeah?
Oh, I
We're
appreciate
behind you,
it,
bro.
know? I appreciate it. I've always
Oh,
trying to support.
yeah,
each
that's
other,
what I'm saying. I'm not here to like par you or anything, but
No, listen.
I'm saying
this thing
what
is a fact.
happened.
I can't change it.
Yeah,
you know, it's
yeah.
reality, and if I'm getting annoyed that you ask me what happened,
Yeah.
then clearly I've got an issue.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I've accepted reality. It happens. You know, you're in the game long enough, you're always
Yeah.
gonna get. You know,
But it's amateur, number
Exactly,
one.
you know?
It's just
an
that's the whole
experience.
reason why you're doing it in the
Yeah.
first place
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
get knowledge and
Yeah.
get.
So-
So who are you fighting, and what was the kind of was he a similar? Was he a striker like yourself? Was it
So I think he came more from an MMA background, more of
Right.
a mixed background.
so is well rounded kind of?
Yeah.
You want some more, bro?
Yeah, please. And
Bro, at least say no once, innit, bro? Flipping out, bro.
that's all right. Listen,
I'm joking.
it's a good minty, you know.
You like it, alhamdulillah. I'm glad you like it, bro. Flipping cheese. Ungrateful guys.
Yeah, so it was a very quick fight. It ended in the first round,
Yeah.
and credit to the guy. He did everything right on a night that I did everything wrong. Man, that's no excuse.
Everything, bro.
I did quite a few mistakes, and the mad thing is when
Is it on Cage Warrior as well?
it's on cage as well. Yeah,
Should we bring it up?
you can do. Yeah, what was his name?
Was it
His
like a
name
3 round? Did he knock you
No,
out?
it was no. He got to my back in the end and choked.
Dom Rogers,
You know?
Red Naked
Dom
Choke.
Rogers, there we go. So it was a mad when it felt like at
Whirlwind.
the time. No, it was mad because it felt really slow.
Ah.
Everything felt slow, but I still wasn't reacting quick enough. Anyway, he threw a couple of strikes, went for a takedown. I saw the takedown coming. I was like, okay, you should defend the takedown. Boom, didn't defend the takedown. I think we got pressed back against the cage, ended up turning. He got to a body lock, tried to peel off the hands. Didn't quite work, got me to the floor. Because when you got to the body, I was like, okay, you need to defend the hands,
Yeah.
whatever else, break the wrist. Got
This
taken
one.
to the floor. That was it. There we go, that's the body lock. Got taken down again in a second. And just before he lifted me up, I was like, I'll hook your leg on the inside.
Yeah. Didn't get in there.
Didn't
fast
get it in
enough.
time, so
Yeah.
made that mistake again. Anyway, so I was like, all right, I need to get back onto my feet. Obviously saw him going for the Eljo backpack.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. So he just needs to sort of defend the hands and sort of peel away from him. But then he pulled me to the ground. Again, got me in this position, defending the hands as you're meant to.
yeah.
And then he pulled me over to the other side. I'm trying to get my shoulders to the floor as you're meant to defend, which obviously not really working out at the moment. He had a good control over the wrists. And
Hey,
then
Brad, why is his feet so white, bro?
He caught a tan.
Bro, at least take your socks
a
off
good
when you're
summer, it was
tanning,
a good
innit?
summer,
Yeah,
yeah, it
good
was
sun.
a
Take
good
your
summer.
socks off, rude boy. I'm not mad at the tan, bro. Okay,
and
so
then I think from here.
how do you slip? Go back, bro. How do you slip it in there, bro?
So notice his right foot position on my hip.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was good. It was a good position and control of my pelvis. So I was trying to move around to
Go back,
the other
Zach.
side, and he leveraged me just before. So from here, he ends up leveraging me somehow.
So he's trying to pull you on the other side, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
There we go.
And
Yeah.
notice what his right foot does. It comes out from that.
I see. He's hooking
position.
that opposite leg.
He's hooking it, but now notice how he places the foot. I think. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Nice on the hip, and he continues to drive me that way, so it makes it harder for me to escape out of the choke.
Right.
And yeah,
How tight was that, bro?
Bro, what's he
tight,
doing, bro?
What?
Hey, what's he doing, bro? Oh, mash him up, bro.
What
Did you
happened?
see that, bro?
dear.
Oh, mash him up,
So you know the conversation we're having about respect and
Yeah.
everything else, and
Hey,
potentially
bro.
coming from.
What did he do?
Hey, show me this guy's yard, fam. I'm going to his yard, bro.
Well, at least you got your name right, though, bro.
Don't do my boy like that, bro.
Did he push you off?
But look at what he's doing to his face.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. Bro, I beg you, use the arrows. Stop going back to the beginning of the video.
Look what he does to his face, yeah.
Ah!
So do you know at this moment I'll tell you my exact my thought process. I was like,
Stomp this guy out, bro.
this guy,
Yeah.
this guy, what's he doing right now? Yeah.
Serious.
And then turn up. The refs obviously like to the guy because you can see the ref also going on what you're talking about. And I got him to her feet, and I was about to go to the. I was like, but then
Nah.
the second thought came like, you just had a fight.
Yeah.
You just lost the
You're going to
fight.
have another fight.
Why are you gonna have another fight for? The guy just beat you.
But then the Hackney side was like, stomp this guy out,
The
blood.
Hackney guy was like, bro, let's get this guy, you know. But then I was like, do you know what?
What was he what was he like after the fight?
Um,
Mad arrogant.
Yeah.
Just, oh, okay.
I was like, and my third thought was, win with humility, lose with humility.
Yeah, yeah,
It is what it is. It's done. You can't change it.
yeah.
It's in the past now. You just need to deal with it.
Should we ride on him, bro? We're gonna have to ride on him,
Bro.
But then after the fight, I went to him. So I was talking about before.
Yeah.
Very respectful,
Yeah.
nice guy. Happy to have a conversation with him. The guy invited me out to his gym over in Spain. He's like, come over to my gym, we can train together, And, it didn't seem like an empty offer, which is nice. This guy, quite smug in sort of the way he carried himself. I went up to him, shook his hand. I was like, well done. Although that bit was eating me, because of what he did. I was like, well done. Didn't say anything in relation to, sorry for doing that or anything else. Didn't say much in all honesty, just continued to have this smirk in his face. And that was it, But it was listen, like I said, he'd done everything right on a night where I did plenty of things.
That's
wrong.
why it burns more, like, innit, when they.
But do you know what I know is I'm happy to admit when I've done wrong, and I'm happy to admit when someone's outskilled me or outbested me.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was the case in all honesty. Don't get me wrong, on the night he won.
Yeah.
But if we fought again, for example, I don't necessarily think it would go in the same sort of way. But all the best to the guy,
Alhamdulillah. When's your next fight, bro?
Looking to fight on the 10th of December.
Hey, bro.
But
like,
it's not,
we might want to come
sorted.
down, yeah. But are they gonna be cooking sausages in there like last time, bro? Real talk.
I'm usually focusing on the fight, to be honest.
No, but like, do you ever see the event? Because, bro,
No, the thing is
it bare WPs there, bro?
And mutton's just as lamb.
Is there a lot of WPs?
Yeah.
That's long, bro.
It's a WP sport, bro.
No, it's not, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's not, man.
What is it?
We're in Colchester.
MMA is not WP sport.
No,
bro.
we're in Colchester,
Cage
though.
Warriors, bro.
Huh?
Cage Warriors.
We'll be in Colchester.
But
Well,
Colchester's
those were in
where
Colchester.
WPs are made, bro.
So it's safe to say.
Now, you know what it is? I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I mean it in. What? Yeah, mate. Yeah, Pokey's always have, Frank. Yeah. You know those guys? Bruv. I beg you stop. And then their breath stinks of beer, bruv.
For the most
It's all long,
for,
bruv.
For the most part, I was having a conversation with someone a couple of years ago. The events they run are very good.
Yeah.
From a fighter perspective and from a fan's perspective.
Right.
They were very professional from in the back. The way they treat the fighters and everything runs really smoothly.
Yeah.
And then
Well, obviously,
also,
you have to say that, but carry on.
well, they're not paying me to say that, to be honest.
I'm joking.
But no, it's
You know what? It does seem that they're
evolved.
No, they're the ones that got it the most together.
Bro, I fought on professional events.
Yeah.
And some events are not as good as this amateur event.
Right. Okay.
So the way they run it is very good.
Yeah.
From a fan perspective, as in the people going out there, for the most part, everything seems okay. When
What's the arena like? What, the last arena you fought in?
It's,
Is it like a sports center or something?
What was it? It was like a big sports hall. It was a big sports arena. I think it was Brentwood. Is it Brentwood? Basically, you have sort of, if you're going into the venue, you've got loads of seats on the back, cage in the front, seats on the side, seats on the other side, and you have like about maybe 20 tables close to it.
Right.
So you get a sort of cage side view, and you get
what's the table?
seats.
What's the price for the tables, bro?
I don't know if that's changed at all. It was 600 for a table, which is £60 per person because it's 10 people on the table.
Right. You know what it is though, bro? You know what it is? That's the thing about me, bro. If I'm gonna go to a fight, what are you laughing at, bro?
This is what I have.
Like, it's like, you know, once I've seen you fight, like I've lost all the energy now, bro. I can't. I'm not gonna see the other fights, bro.
Yeah, of course. You're there for one reason.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go see some random, bro.
Yeah.
Like, with all due respect to everyone else.
No, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, you're there for,
It's like when you go to your kids' assembly and there's like 30 million kids. Like, I don't care about all you guys, bro.
You're waiting for your kids.
I'm waiting for my kid, bro. And I remember one time I got called down. I said I rarely go to assemblies, bro.
Yeah.
You know, primary school, like when it gets to secondary school, that's when I start getting interested in it. Primary school, they're sweet and everything, and so they said, "Oh, he's getting an award, bro."
Okay.
So an award, yeah. All right, cool. So he went down there, like, man, they gave him lunchtime superstar. I was like, you made me come down here for lunchtime superstar, bro.
Yeah, I got those ones as well.
Lunchtime superstar. Not even like
superstar?
well done in maths or whatever, yeah.
Why is a lunchtime superstar?
Who knows, bruv? He ate good. I don't know, bruv.
Yeah, but it was like, reception, nursery. What is it, bro?
Bruv, lunchtime superstar. Bruv, don't call me down from my work. I had to take time out of my work, bruv, to come down for him to get lunchtime superstar. Try and tell your dad come down and see me lunchtime. He'd be like, all right, bro, he's not even breaking an appointment for that, bro. No way. Yeah, I mean, get something in maths and English and whatnot, yeah? Write a book or something. I don't know, bro. I'll come down.
No, of course. Well, they do a streaming event of it anyway, so that's
Yeah,
usually quite
but
good.
you know what I'm saying? We want to come.
No, of course.
Who came with you anyway? Who?
Well, usually you get a big crowd. You know,
Yeah?
usually,
Your KO guys, yeah?
yeah. So down the bloodline lot usually come down, and then got friends, family.
Did your dad ever come?
No, but that's more because of his work schedule and whatever else.
I can't imagine your dad there with all the Franks, bro.
No, but he's usually he's always like, give him the fight the next morning. So
okay, right.
because he works nights, so the early morning I get a message from him. He's like, "Where's the fight?"
Okay, mashallah. What about your mum? Does she ever
She
come?
comes down, yeah.
All the time?
Yeah, she's been down to. She missed maybe a couple, but she's there most.
What's
of the
she
time.
like? I could imagine your mum
So
just
I've
being
never
like
been- obviously,
John.
if I'm
Bring up John Kreese with his arms folded. Just bring that picture up, please, bro. This is what I can imagine your mum on the side of the cage doing, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know who John Kreese is.
You'll get it. You'll get it. But make sure you got the right picture before you bring it up, yeah?
I know which picture you're talking.
You know exactly which picture. And then bring the picture where the guy's bleeding and he's holding his face as well, bro. That one.
There's this one.
Yeah. So this is your mum on the side of the thing. Not to disrespect your mum, but this is her. But the female version with the hijab, yeah, like that.
I can see that.
Yeah. So come off this now. Come off this. And come off this. We don't want to. Don't spoil it, bro. Don't spoil it. Then bring up the one where he's checking the blood. Bring that one up. And this is after between. This is between rounds. This next picture.
Yeah.
You'll see it when he brings it up. You got it.
What's the brother's name?
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah. You ain't watched Karate Kid, no?
No, I have.
Okay.
I have. A while ago though.
Yeah. So this is a while ago. Yeah. So this is your mum between rounds. You got a problem with that?
Oh,
This
I can
is
see it, yeah.
this is go to the second picture.
This one here.
No, the second picture. Up,
this
up,
one?
that one.
She's usually
My
she's not
favorite movie, bro.
vocal, not very vocal.
Yeah,
from
obviously
what I
he
know,
just arms
He's not
folded.
vocal either, bro.
Yeah.
He's
Just
not arms folded, and then asking you to do illegal things. Poke him in the eye.
I remember that. No, so she usually goes
Allah
down.
Mubarak,
And,
By the way, guys. So camera one, please. Yusuf's mum. Look, anyone who thinks that they can rob her in Hackney or anywhere, look, I'm just telling you this now.
please don't try.
Don't try it.
But more for don't cause
For yourself.
No, just
For yourself.
don't cause a hassle.
Don't call. She's a ninja. Don't even try it, bruv. She'll body you, bruv. And no one will find you. That's the thing. No one will find you. And she won't talk to the police. That's another thing as well. She'll just bust a no comment interview. And that's it. Bust case. Khalas, finished. And then what will happen is in 300-400 years, they'll find you somewhere.
1, 2. If I want
And no, they'll be like, those archaeologists, bruv. Dusted him off, bruv. Yes, don't even try it, bruv. She's a ninja, mashallah, bruv. Allah Mubarak, may Allah protect her, bruv.
I mean,
Do your brothers go?
yeah, they usually come down.
Alhamdulillah.
Bilal's always there. Bilal is probably one of the first ones to
Okay,
be on
mashallah.
now. Yeah, so he's always
Abdurrahman, not so much.
there. No, not so much. He's usually busy working or whatever else. So,
Yeah,
but Bilal's always there. He's good support.
Abdurrahman, back here, bruv. Come on, man. One fight. Has he been to any fights?
No, yes, he's been to one.
That's-
of the sort of the Muay Thai or something.
Yeah, but that's not
30-something.
good enough, is it, bruv? How many fights out of 70 fights, whatever the hell you had, he's come to one?
Well, it's alright. It's life.
You know, brothers are the worst, you know that, bruv. Wallah, I remember speaking to some guy the other day. How's your brother, man? Like, he's all right. I go, yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I go, what does he work again? He goes, bruv, I don't even know. I go, how do you not know what your brother does for a living, bruv? I asked you the other day. I said, what did your brother do? You said, I don't know.
No,
Yes, you did.
no, man.
All right, calm down, bro.
Can't put me in that bracket.
Who was it I was speaking to, bruv? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think we've come to the end, bro. I think you're ready for your second. I think
Second
we're
nap.
ready for the night now. What's happening tomorrow, bro?
Working.
What's the plan?
Up at 6.
Yeah.
Working PT, then head down south, wrestle,
Yeah.
come back to Clapton Hackney.
Yeah.
Couple of PTs, physio work.
Yeah.
And then strength session, teacher class, and that's it. So
When's your days off?
I try to rest on a Sunday in terms of training. But then sometimes I work on a Sunday as well. It's not a complete rest off.
So you said you do alternate Sundays or something?
Yeah, exactly. So every 2 weeks usually don't work
Alhamdulillah.
on the Sunday. But for the most part, the training schedule is Monday to Saturday, twice a day.
MashaAllah.
I'll
Good.
try to keep that.
And do you take time off sometimes of training?
Usually, it's usually after a fight. Usually take a few weeks after a fight.
A few weeks?
Well, it depends on how. Like, for example, earlier this year I had 2 fights back to back. I had a fight, then I had a fight 3 weeks later.
Right.
And then it was Ramadan and whatever else, and then you get back into it. So, for example, if I fight this year, because I haven't been matched yet, but let's say I fight 10th of December, the plan would be to take at least 2 weeks off, towards the end of the year.
Yeah. But no one does anything there anyway.
Well, that's the thing. So it'll be a nice period. And then after that, get back into it properly. Let's see how we go. So, but sometimes I'm usually in the gym doing something on the Monday.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Sunday off and then back in the gym. Whether that's doing some strength work or something, I'll always do something. But you sort of taper down the intensity.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So where can they find you on?
So Yusuf Ali-Taleb on Instagram.
Bro, say it properly.
Yusuf Ali-Taleb.
Why'd you do that for? Why do our people do that? Don't anglify your name, blood.
That's true.
Mohammed. Let's just give it one more take, bro. Do it again. Go on. Where can they find you, bro? Not fight you, bro. Sorry. Where can they find you, bro?
Find me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yusuf Ali-Taleb.
Yeah. That's with a ta.
With a ta.
But with T for people. Yeah. Okay, go on.
And also Instagram, the fighting physiotherapist.
Right.
So usually that sort of.
Did you say Yusuf Ali-Taleb on Facebook?
No. On Instagram. Both on Instagram.
Oh, right.
Yusuf Ali-Taleb and the fighting physiotherapist. So usually I leave that page for injury prevention and rehab stuff and whatever else, particularly pertaining to combat sports.
Right. Okay,
but those are the main.
That's what you do for a living, basically.
Yeah.
You've gone like
private now. So I've alhamdulillah opened up my own clinic in Clapton. So so people, if they have any injuries or concerns, etc., drop me a message. You can go from there. Inshallah.
Cool. And website,
the fighting physiotherapist.
Bro, we need to talk about. Excuse me, sir. It's like a train, bro. Why is it so long, bro? Thefightingphysiotherapist.com.
It is, yes.
Habibi, it's too long, bro.
Bro, I couldn't get the fighting physio, man.
Do the fighting hyphen physio.
Yeah, but then people don't know what a hyphen is these days.
Bruv, then they don't just. Bruv, would you want someone who doesn't know a hyphen? Do you think they're going to be able to pay you, bro? Think about it. Do you think someone who doesn't know what a hyphen is has a job? Seriously, bro.
Imran spells physio with an F, though.
That is a problem.
The fighting physiotherapist, bro, they'll have more problems spelling physiotherapist than finding the hyphen,
They're
bro.
going to come to you with finger pain, bro.
I was going to do a brain injury joke, but I'm not going to do it, okay?
I'll work on that one. But,
it's too long, Habibi. It's too long, bro. But anyway.
And my name is it, no?
But that's your name, though. You ain't got a choice.
Of course.
Do you get me? But we'll put the link in the bio. Not in the bio, in the show notes, inshallah. So if anyone wants to book. Anything else? We got instead of fighting. What else have you got?
Oh, that was it, really.
That's it, yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the plan for this evening, bro?
What time is it now? Probably eat some food, go to bed.
What are you eating, bro?
I don't know. Depends what the missus cooked. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That's good. So hopefully she cooks something decent, bro.
Usually it's always is.
Some protein or whatever.
Protein. Always get that.
No vegetarian things, yeah.
No, I'm not veggie.
Not even one day a week. Say no.
No.
Okay.
No, I'll be honest. No. I was thinking about. I was like, no.
No, good. Alhamdulillah.
Maybe for breakfast. No, actually, no.
I'm talking like one meal a day at least with some sort of protein.
Yeah, no. Always get protein in it.
Yeah.
Always.
As in meat. When I say protein, I mean meat/fish.
Not always for breakfast.
Not breakfast. I didn't say breakfast, bro. Yeah. Like one time a day.
You said one meal.
Yeah, one meal.
Yeah.
Well, you only have one meal a day, bro.
No. One meal I don't have. Yes, on breakfast is the one I don't tend to have.
That's long,
all the
bro.
time. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
And everyone at home, hopefully you enjoy. It'll probably be a Friday for you guys. So let's just stay indoors. We talked about don't go to the club, stay indoors, watch this podcast. Don't you think?
Keep them entertained.
You're entertained for a whole hour and 25 minutes, 24 minutes after Zach's done his magic. Astaghfirullah, after he's done his engineering on whatever we're doing. Yeah, just stay in, man.
Keep your brain intact.
Yeah, listen to some good conversation.
Yeah, of course.
And then, I'll see you on the next one.
Inshallah.